Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the D&D Top of the Round podcast. I'm your host, Ethan, and joining me is some special guests. Returning characters.
Yeah, so I'm Luke, DM of Oriole, back again.
Oriole 1 and 2.
Yes, that's...
I'm Will. I'm one of the players for Oriole and of Godov.
And I am Aidan. I'm only playing in Oriole. Yippee!
We found him outside. It's alright.
That's accurate.
He was actually crying in the gutter. We just picked him up.
To start things off, I think William.
Yes.
William.
Yes.
The newest member.
I am.
The newest member of each. You're what? 2 sessions into Godov.
I'm 2 sessions into Godov, 1 session into Oriole, which was last night.
Yes, last night. How are you finding it?
Shit, what happened?
Oriole is very different to...
Exactly.
Yeah. Oriole is very different to Godov.
Yeah.
Hence why I played a completely different character.
Oh, yeah.
Godov, I like the aesthetic of being in absolute slums and it's a very fun aesthetic to be like a hardened veteran in slums, and then Oriole is just a magical wasteland that I feel like it's not as rural. Oh fuck, what's the word?
Rural.
Rule abiding, I guess.
Yeah, I get you.
In a sense.
It's a little more lenient.
Yeah, it's a little more lenient, especially with magic, because it's so kind of prominent.
It's the magical continent.
Yeah, it is the magical continent compared to Godov, which is against it.
Yeah.
But very fun. I've been enjoying it.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it a lot. It's my first ever like real campaigns, so it's pretty exciting.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, how is it going versus like how you thought it would go? Like, were you nervous? Did you think you'd do as well? Because both of your characters so far have been like quite well received, I would say.
I mean, I don't know.
Did you know you would be so good at the game?
Yeah, bro. Just my copious amounts of role playing games. No, but I don't know, because I don't really go into it expecting anything. I went into it being like, this is how I want to play my character and how I should have my character perceived, rather than how everyone else would react to it.
Nice.
I thought more about, because especially with my character creation, it's always been heavily RP'd, RP based. But the funny thing is,
should do it.
But the funny thing is, though, I say that, and then a lot of my characters I've made up in the first 5 minutes after being invited to the campaign, which I've gone like, okay, this is the campaign. I want to be this cool guy but I don't. I want to have something wrong with me at the same time.
That's good, yeah.
And I base it around how I want my character to be perceived, rather than like classes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever changed classes is because someone else has a different class.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. But you're still like primarily trying to be a character, not a build.
Yeah. But to each their own. Some people prefer murder hobos, and some people prefer wizards.
Like to have fun playing the game, yeah.
Yeah, some people like to play the game to what it's actually supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly right. So do you think, like with each of the characters that you have, again, early days, right, for both of them?
Oh, very early
Do you think that you'll stick with both Daniil and Snarbor for a while?
Daniil, definitely. Still iffy about Snarbor, just because Snarbor is a very chaotic character, and I don't know. It's going to be a bit hard, I feel, to implement a lot of kind of RP, especially in conversation time, because Snarbor, they haven't been in social groups ever. Like the whole backstory is that they were abandoned when they were young and were raised in the forest for basically their entire lives, and just don't know how to talk to anyone. Like the aspects of social conversation and anything to do with social awareness is just out the window.
Yeah, that's their white whale.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it'll be interesting to see like how they evolve. I guess if we go through, it is a they as well.
Yeah, it is. It's because they didn't grow up with gender constructs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were never brought up with any gender constructs.
All they know is Goodberry and Kill Chipmunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All they know is people need Robin, and death is inevitable, so might as well just kill a few animals on the way. They are a very fun class. I've been enjoying the class a lot because it's
Ranger Rogue.
Yeah, Ranger Rogue is very fun, and I'm gonna be probably sticking to mostly Ranger.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
enough. Yeah.
Because Gloomstalker is a very cool.
Yeah.
Is a very cool.
It's really
subclass.
fun, yeah. I liked it. I enjoyed like the first battle with you because I didn't have much to do in that fight.
Yeah.
You were just like in your element. It was so cool to see it happen.
Yeah. It was interesting because you say, oh, I didn't do much, but to be honest, neither did I. I only got like 2 or 3 hits off just because of like a mirror image and hiding and the thing hiding in the tree.
That's fair enough. I don't think I was ever like in range.
No, you weren't. Like the one time you were in range, you got knocked. Like, you got incapacitated
Immediately. Yeah.
immediately. But it was a very cool introduction to Snubble as a character.
Very, yeah.
Because everyone was like, "Oh, I'll do a perception check." Technically, even with a good perception check, they wouldn't be able to see me.
Realistically, they can't find you.
Yeah.
It'd be very difficult.
Yeah, because Gloomstalker with invisibility plus my Elven Cloak plus my plus 10 to stealth.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It was like during the Aboleth fight.
Actually,
where they were like,
yeah.
And Mark was like, I'll roll perception to find Snow. You can't find me unless you roll a 28 or higher.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, but
a disadvantage.
Yeah. That was literally the fight that we had.
Yeah.
With this thing.
Except the stakes were it wasn't as difficult of an encounter.
No, everyone else was like, I know like Trish was next to me and she was like, oh, this is like, are you not like really stressed? Because I just gone down and I went the last session we had was I'm not worried at all. I still haven't rolled death saves. I'm fine.
The thing is as well though is that with that encounter, not a lot of damage was done specifically either.
No, it was burst on individual targets.
Yeah.
So Terra got burst and Pop got burst, and that was about it.
Yeah, and I think Sean's character only had 2 damage done.
Oh no, that was Matan. Got
Matan.
2 because of his wild shapes.
Yeah. And
Levkey got burst as well.
Yeah.
They did.
Levkey got hit with
like 30 something damage.
Oh, it would have been 40 something.
47 maybe.
Something like that. It was 11d6 plus 7 plus 1d4 plus 7.
Yeah, it was like insane damage when it got dealt. Like it was pretty high damage. But I just stuck to the trees. I was not around that fight. No one. I don't think anyone. Oh well, obviously people saw me because my location would be revealed for like 2 seconds. But then I would just bonus action sneak again, and I was gone.
That's the build.
And that's how you play a Gloomstalker Rogue.
Yeah, and it was insanely fun, especially with my insta crits for my assassin.
First round
Subclass.
To be fair, that fight you guys got 3 nat 20s against it.
We did.
Yeah.
Too,
Shit.
Yeah.
And then against like later on against those Deathstalkers. Is that what
The Death Kiss.
Death Kiss. I ended up getting a nat 20 on my surprise attack.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it hurt me a lot
because
it's
already
it's already a
it's
crit.
critical.
It's already a crit, and I was like, oh damn it.
Oh, it's just the same energy as me rolling a nat 20 for deception.
Yeah.
For lore that I wanted you to figure out.
Yeah, for sure. But the funny thing as well about my characters is that they always seem to have some sort of conflict with Ethan's character.
Mine are all awful though, so it's fine.
No, but you, especially this one, Terra.
Yeah, Terra. Yeah.
Terra is just hates Snarble at the moment, just because of.
Yeah, he doesn't like him.
No.
But I think he's got a lot more static with Matan right now.
Yeah, because it was a funny situation where it was the first time that Snarble had left the forest. Matan went up and sniffed someone to try and like figure out if they were friendly or foe, and then got bitch slapped. To which I bonus action hit, jumped out, surprise attacked this random elf,
Killed him.
hit it for 44 damage out of 68.
Out of 34.
Out of 34. Instant knocked it with an arrow to the throat, and then there was just like Oh, it was just a round of apologies by the whole group except for me, as I just continued to walk away.
I'm so glad you did it. It was a real like vibe check of the situation.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with that because like there wasn't. It's like a bunch of elves. Like realistically, all that's gonna happen from that interaction is that they're just gonna be like, oh.
No, the thing was that they were ready for battle. Like they had like battle.
They were prepping gear to make their way down the gorge.
Yeah, they were ready for potential conflict, but they weren't like as geared as we were, like nearly.
Well, I wasn't very geared. I have a bow, and they felt it. So
they were a low-level transport party essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sucks to be them because
they're transporting a corpse now.
Yeah, he got an arrow to the throat for smacking like my only friend that Snubble had ever made, and it did like 2 damage. But yeah, and then we just entered like an insane like grapple match where it was like 3 consecutive grapple checks. Yeah. Yeah, but while you had like your like Oathbreakers.
Dreadful aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, your I somehow passed my. Because of my advantage, I had an advantage on my wisdom says, and I somehow passed it, and then but Matan didn't.
Yeah.
So he was just frightened.
Yeah.
As this massive bear, and I'm just on top, just looking at you, just trying to grab me, and I just keep swatting your hands away.
I love that. I think like I interpreted that as like sort of like of course like rolls aside. Snowball didn't really like understand what was happening.
Yeah,
just kind of why do you keep grabbing me? For whatever reason, the high wisdom character was frightened.
yeah, exactly. And the thing as well was I was about to say afterwards in character to like Tero, was that not like more morally justified because of like the moral imbalance that our 2 characters seem to have differences with. Mm-hmm. Because yours is like, oh, if someone fucks with me, then, you know, they deserve it.
Yeah. But that was him, like, mincing words, but yeah.
Yeah. And Snubble's kind of reaction to the thing was, well, he fucked with my friend, therefore he deserves it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to bring up in character, but I decided not to, because then there was the cool Matan thing with the whole church assassin and all that type of stuff.
That was an insane thing to say. I have to fucking prep like crazy for next session because I have like 3 separate ways I can take that character. I'm so glad that Hayden said that.
Yeah,
because my god,
Snubble didn't hear that because I fog clouded and then like dashed away.
You smoke naded. You gotta.
Yeah, I did. I smoke naded right at my own feet and got away.
Escaped. Yeah. Well, that was. I mean. We've essentially just delivered the blow by blow of the last entire session.
Yeah. Or at least, but it was a very fun session. It was a very fun.
Yeah.
It was definitely eventful.
It was.
Oh yeah.
It's always good. My first session for Daniil as well was also interesting.
Oh yeah.
Because within the first 5 seconds of my character getting introduced, I had beaten a elven man to a pulp. And left him.
You had opened his head like a fucking can opener.
Yeah. Because he's a tavern brawler. He's an underground fighter with the fighting style of unarmed fighter. So he has a 1d8 for his plus his strength modifier, which is like a +4 or 5.
+4. I think you have 18.
So you're doing like
19 strength.
You're doing one-handed longsword damage just with
my fist.
With the boys.
And me and Hayden keep making the joke that whenever. Because in Godov you need to leave your weapons at the door because there's no magic.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And the running joke is I can leave my longsword at the door because my fists do equal damage.
Actually, yeah.
Like, I have equal hit die and equal modifier to it. Like, I am essentially wielding 2 longswords in my hands. And it is insane.
I love that. Just Tyler Durden, the character.
Yeah, he's also just an interesting character, I feel, as well. I think he's... Like, because I've been making characters for years. It's just I haven't been able to play them.
Yeah, I get you.
And so I've consistently made like heavy RP characters. Like there was a warlock that I made for like he was a past sailor, and he got recruited by Cthulhu, who attacked his ship mid like conquest.
Yeah, that sounds just before like you continue. That sounds very similar to a show that you haven't watched.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Critical Role Campaign 2. The best character.
Really?
Yeah, Forward. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. He was like an ex-sailor who like he kind of past caught up to him. He sailed away with his like his old crew, and then they got found by bounty hunters, and like Cthulhu kind of sunk everyone's ship, and he kind of came face to face with Cthulhu.
Nice.
And
Cthulhu don't fuck around.
Yeah, Cthulhu kind of dragged him down and was like, "I will let you live if you free me. If you come and find me, I'll like that kind of shit."
That's cool as shit.
Yeah, and sadly I didn't get to play him, and I kind of I kind of just deleted him to make space for.
Oh no! On D&D Beyond,
yeah.
The dreaded 6 character slot limit.
Well, yeah, and that was before I got Ultimate until I got Pro on D&D Beyond.
I got Pro?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have it annually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, someone else talk.
Please,
I've been talking for a while.
Yeah. That was Will. He can leave now.
Yeah. That's the door, right?
Use the window if you want.
Aidan, please. You're relatively new as well, considering.
Roughly to proper.
Yeah. Well,
You've played a couple of here and there sessions, not really a...
I was in a campaign, but it didn't really have all of the mechanics in it. It felt kind of like bare bonesy, more role play-y rather than combat.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How do you mean? How did that
just
work?
as how we play.
I guess.
Essentially.
It was still 5th edition, right? It was still
yeah. But it was really, now that I've actually played, it was really kind of odd because it was you didn't really, you tracked money, but it was sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was items and stuff and you could use them, but there was no I felt like DCs were sketchy.
And there was no system?
Yeah, it felt like there was an absence of a system even though it was 5e.
Nice. Okay.
But that was my first experience.
Who was DMing that? Was that
That was online.
Online?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
On what, Roll20 or?
No, on Discord.
On Discord.
Was that with the old school, that old school group?
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Yeah. How old were you there? How far ago was that?
Year 11, year 10 maybe.
I thought it was year 9 or year 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good because it gave me an idea of what
to expect. Yeah.
Yeah, but
also
it didn't it didn't show me how much you could do.
Yeah. No, of course. Yeah.
I think that's one of the hardest things to grasp in D&D is
actually
what you can do. Because everyone's always kind of oh well, it's a normal person, so they wouldn't be able to do this awesome feat, but without asking you can't know.
Yeah, if you think about it, a normal person has 10 strength or 10 dexterity, so you might be able to climb up a cliff.
And exactly 0 magic. Yeah. So
yeah, it's
and it can never hurt to ask, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Obviously, every person has limitations, despite who it is. You can't just say, "Oh, if I roll a nat 20, can I jump to the moon?" Well, no, because there's still
first of all, the moon doesn't exist.
Yeah, and not only that, but there's also kind of still basic physics in my campaign.
And you may also need to specify which moon.
Yeah,
true, exactly.
It could be no moons, or which moon.
I'll allow it. Which one?
Yeah.
Which of Jupiter's moons do you want to go to?
Yeah. Speaking of which, you're on Jupiter now.
You actually overshot it because you rolled so high.
You did roll in that 20s. I have to honor it.
Yeah.
That comes with the thing, with the mindset, I guess, that nat 20s aren't always an auto success, even if it's you guys have been in our Oriole 1 campaign, have been looking for an NPC for basically since session 5, and you rolled so many high rolls and
for perception.
Because he's just.
But if he's not in the location,
then
you can't find him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We've given up on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are ignoring. There's more things that are happening right now.
Well, because the entire party has out-leveled him at this point. So he's not really if we find Sylar, we can bum rush the fuck out of him unless he's a lich now.
Yeah, but
in which case,
we also still have to deal with the consequences of our own actions before that because shit is happening and it's fucking wild.
Yeah. Speaking of the consequences of our own actions,
who are you gonna bring up?
Snow of the Mountain.
Oh,
please, Aidan, tell me about that.
Okay. So, Snow of the Mountain was my first character in Oriole 1, which was my first character in a long time, actually.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there for session 0, So as soon as it was over, Luke hopped on Discord. He was like, okay, here's the basics. Here's who we've got and what they are and their classes, and just go.
Yeah.
And here's the basics of the world. And I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, I want to play a rogue. And then I thought, okay, where can I go with that? And then Luke mentioned ruins, like ruins on the map. And I was like, okay, ruins. They're interested in ruins. What background? Anthropologist. Anthropologist. Who works? What race works with anthropologists? Tabaxi, because they're interested in stories and trinkets and things. And then it all evolved from there into Snow of the mountain, Snow of the balcony, Snow of the sewers, Snow of the library, Snow of the previous era.
Yeah.
Who is not a rogue to be a rogue. She's a rogue to live.
Yeah, true.
And actually do
I think
her study.
she only stole, that was why, I think within meeting the character, I was like, I love Snow. Is because you came into it and they immediately stole something and then, immediately owned up to it and then apologized for stealing it. And then went, okay, I won't do that anymore, sorry.
Specifically, what happened was, I looked into your pocket, I was like, that's weird, and then I left it there, and then I mentioned it 5 minutes later, and you were like, don't look at that, and I was like, okay, my bad.
That's what I mean, it's just, it's such... Obviously, the rogue that I've played and have played with are so separate. And of course, you can, chalk it up to, a subclass difference or, how you've built it. But I think that, Snow was... in a sea of cool characters in that campaign, was a really cool character. Hopefully, still is a cool character.
We'll see. We have plans.
Yeah, we do. We need to talk about that.
We do still. But essentially, the reasons for Snow being like that was the only backstory time.
Yeah, go ahead.
The only reason she actually became a rogue was because of her uncle.
Yeah.
Because her uncle was a menace to the town. Because he was a satyr, so he would just break into people's houses and try and seduce them. But she was too young to figure that out. So he was like, yeah, break in with me. And then she did that. And then they would get caught. And then he would be like, all right, Snow, move along now. And then she'd leave. And then she doesn't know what happened.
It's like horny Santa Claus.
Actually,
A horny Santa Claus just breaks into people's houses and fucks them.
And then
Omega Bar.
Yeah, but they consented because
they
were
eventually, yeah. I'd say Dubcon because it's a Seder, but it's fine.
And then the only other time she was actually doing rogue things was in Elisor, where she studied. Was so she broke into people's houses and stole, so she could pay her tuition fees, and then that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing you didn't know.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking to Luke because we got to Elisor after we were enslaved and went through the mountains.
Yeah, survived a dragon encounter.
Yeah, we got to Elisor and I was like, oh shit, that's right. Snow's a criminal there. And Luke was like, oh yeah, that slipped my mind. Whoops. And I was like, oh yeah, I sure hope no encounter rollers happen when there's a noble on the street and is like, hey, I remember you. You killed someone here. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Snow's a murderer. Actually? Yeah.
She killed when she was trying to get her tuition fees?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
But she justified it. That's why. I'm revealing. Everything is revealed now. That's why she left.
Nice.
That's why she didn't come back.
Yeah.
Because everything from the beginning, everything was a means to an end.
Yeah. Of course. Right.
But eventually, she started caring about you guys more, so that's why she left a letter.
Right. Okay. Do you plan for her to return? At this point.
Possibly. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, but I don't know how soon.
Okay. Because I was going to say, your new character, Nausea, I like her a lot.
Complete 180.
Actually, yeah, complete 180. It's hard to say, of course, you plan on her staying around, but she has a negative con modifier, so it might not be up to you.
Oh. -2 con.
Well, minus
-1.
one.
Yeah.
You have 8 cons, right?
I thought it was -2.
Oh, no, 8's -1.
-1, yeah.
Okay, thank God. Yeah, 22,
so much better.
22 max HP, and we leveled up, and I got 2 1s because Luke lets you roll 1s once.
If you Yeah, if you roll a 1 on your hit die when you level up, I'll let you reroll it once.
And I got another 1, so I didn't get any HP.
Yeah. He got exact 0 HP on a
That
level.
is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it fits. It makes sense.
It does.
Backstory-wise, it does check out.
Yeah. It's really cool. Just like whenever we get into like
But it's just fucked because
decently
I
hard
got one
encounter.
shot in that fight.
Not only that, like one shot is like best case scenario because you're like you can be overkilled quite easily.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I believe it was only because of your race you didn't get overkilled.
Yep.
My Snarble attack on that elf would have overkilled.
Mm-hmm.
It could have, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like, oh shit, I would have died.
Yeah.
I would have died.
Yeah. That is insane.
But it does make sense, and I like one of my rolls was insanely good, and the others were just average, and I was like, I'm gonna take something down. I'm gonna take something down because it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like I should. And I was debating taking down strength, but then the mace wouldn't make sense, and then dex, but then the armor wouldn't make sense.
I mean, you don't necessarily use the mace.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, now that I've played her for like 2 sessions, it actually makes sense to take down. I should take down strength. Can I do that? I haven't used a strength check ever so far.
No, you haven't.
Nope.
Oh yeah, you just have +2 strength for like no reason. I remember I commented on it, like, you know, she's
Yeah, why do I have +2 strength?
you're kind of beefy.
Can I take down strength?
I'll let you want to switch her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, actually,
No, I want to keep con at like a shit.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna keep con shit, but I want to change strength.
you just want to lose stat points.
Makes sense. I'm weird. Because like, yeah, there's building for roleplay, and then there's building because you're idiotic.
Yeah.
That's me.
Sean somewhere is having like
Who goes
He's turning his grave.
Who goes Soul Knife Rogue and then Archfey Warlock? Usually it's the meta build is I think it's Genie because you get proficiency and that at least adds something.
I mean, no, like, but it's still
like Hexblade.
Hexblade doesn't necessarily work because you've already got Soul Blades, Psychic Knives.
You can't actually make the
Soul Knives, sure.
Hex Weapon.
Hex Weapon or your
Because they
Patch Weapon.
disappear every
Yeah.
millisecond.
Yeah.
Kind of garbage.
It's definitely a roleplay multi as opposed to anything else.
I still think it's really cool, because an Archfey Warlock is like one of the ones that like you can dip into and still get a lot of like use out of.
Yeah, because that was my original plan for Snubble was a Ranger Archfey Warlock.
That'd be pretty
And hence why he was so fucking mentally insane.
Mental.
Running theme, I see.
Was because, and that's hence why like his kind of clan thought that he was part of like a forest even. And then I just
abandoned him.
Yeah, and abandoned him in the forest. But then I was like, no, I definitely want him to be kind of like a one-hit wonder, where like the reason why he hasn't been found yet is because he's like stealthy. And that's why he hasn't been found.
Nice.
And that's when I was like, okay, let's look at Rogue. Okay, what could I have the most fun with in Rogue? Yeah. Assassin seems pretty cool.
Yeah, just 3-level assassin.
Yeah, just 3-level assassin.
It is really cool.
I did say to Ethan as well, I might go like 14-6 split, just so I could get
14. Yeah.
So that I could get 3d6.
Yeah.
3d6 and fucking Uncanny Dodge.
Yeah.
That's nothing to sneeze at. It's nice.
Very true.
I mean, like it's no extra attack, but it's something. You'll get it anyway because
I know. We'll see. He's a fun character, but I don't know how long else.
6 as well. 6 where you get expertise as well. You get more expertise.
Oh, you do too. Yeah.
I do.
I might need to go for that 6-14 split then, because I at least want 13th level Gloomstalker.
6-14 is almost like always a great way to do it because 14 is like always like the capstone for your subclass.
Yeah, 14 normally you get your set, at least for non-martials, you get your second highest level subclass ability, and 6 is where you get your like low level subclass ability. So you get the best of both worlds essentially.
And you also only miss out on like 1 ASI.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say about Nausea?
Nausea is great. First of all,
But
no. There's no buts. I love Nazia, and like part of her like debut was her like taking just about all of the party to task for just allowing like a lot of Kalani shenanigans to happen, which honestly I've been waiting for like almost 10 sessions. It's insane how forgiving you guys were of like a lot of things that happened.
Yeah.
that was like as soon as I don't know how.
I don't know if you saw, like, when you were having that conversation, my face, like, lit up. I was so happy that was happening.
I heard you were like, finally.
Actually.
But
fuck's sake.
I don't know
he's like,
how.
killing you guys often.
I don't know
Talk
how,
about it.
But when I switched from Snow to Nausea, like, my thinking changed in regards to everyone.
Mm.
And I was like, how has Azrael let this go on for so long when he has been almost killed like 4 or 5 times by Kalani?
Yeah.
This guy seems like a dick.
He is a dick.
He is, yeah.
He's slowly bringing a god from the abyss closer and closer.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Which may have repercussions on you guys.
They could.
Yeah. A lot of what you guys are doing in each world are affecting each other.
I have no idea how you guys is affecting us yet, but I know how we're affecting you guys.
I think at the moment, obviously, like, Luke knows everything. But as the person that's in, like, each of them, I think we're bleeding into theirs more than they're bleeding into ours, I think.
Yeah.
At the moment.
At the moment.
Really, anyone goes into the ethereal plane.
To be fair, that Oriel 2 doesn't have any ethereal planers.
No.
Shit. It's just all of us.
Oh, no.
No, Maverick's Astral Sea.
Maverick's Astral Sea. They don't have any exclusively ethereal planers, but Pock can cast Blink.
It
has done it once.
When I get 5th level Ranger, I'll also be able to learn Rope Trick.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Alright, dude. That's cool.
I can go into ethereal.
It's fine, I'll just go fuck myself.
Yeah, exactly. DMing's actually been really stressful for Luke, so he's going to take a break, actually.
But yeah, it's one of the Gloomstalker magic spells that you learn. It doesn't count towards your spells known.
Oh.
There's Rope Trick, it's 5th level. I read on it. It seems very, very fun.
It's definitely an interesting spell. It's got a lot of interesting uses.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing as well the way that they explained it.
Yeah.
Because it's like you lay out a 60-foot rope. The end of the rope goes up into the air. Yeah. The other one stays perpendicular to the floor.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then a door appears, and then you walk through it, and then like you can't cast a spell into it or out of it, and only people that are inside the portal can see out of a 3x4 square foot window.
Yeah.
So it's like you go into like a weird invisible box
pocket dimension.
But like you can still see the door.
It's really cool, and not only is it cool, but it's like fucked. Because like you Google it, and I think like almost all the top searches is like how to break D&D with Rope Trick.
Yeah. It's a little bit like
pull the rope up.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna be any use of how I'm gonna make any use of it because I'm not well in depth in D&D enough to be like, oh, I know what this spell does for sure. Let me just whip this out real quick.
No, it's okay. You're still having fun.
Yeah. I'm still at the point.
Once you learn like every mechanic of like every spell and have memorized all the spell lists, like a bit of you dies.
That's kind of why I don't want to DM, but I also do want to DM. But because, like, I'm having so much fun playing and not knowing anything.
Yeah.
Like, Gorgon fight, Aboleth fight, Purple Worm fight. I knew absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And it was great.
That's why. Because I remember I deliberately didn't research Tharizdun before the reveal. Because I wanted that moment.
Yeah.
Of, like, because I
was biting my tongue so hard for so many sessions.
Yeah. It was really cool. That's why. Because that moment was insanely cool.
That moment to reveal it was like perfect.
Yeah.
Because so much shit happened.
It was crazy.
We had what was that? That was like Snow sleeping people sitting in a barrel, you fucking Snow up.
Yep.
You becoming like, what the fuck have I done?
Yeah.
Snow like passing out.
That was also the point where you destroyed all the temples in
yeah, Snow running away makes a lot of sense.
To Ayun, to Avandra, to Pelor, and there was one more.
Wasn't there 4? It was just Bahamut as well.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
it was Bahamut, and then Lysanthia was like, "Fuck."
Lysanthia was there because I asked him a favor to do it, and then he went, "Bruh."
You motherfucker! Last session. Oh.
Yep.
Major bruh moment.
It actually was. Yeah. He almost got crushed, and
That's
then like
insane.
Kalani saved him. But obviously, it wouldn't have killed him because he's a level 25 character. So like being crushed is like chump change.
Literally,
Yeah.
impossible.
We take those, but like
Anybody.
obviously, like Kalani's like it's falling. I need to save this guy.
Mm.
That I just talked into like releasing something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's
And that's where you guys did your little ethereal plane shenanigans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
That's
brought
where
him
that
into the. Oh, that's fucking right. That's how we
Yeah.
ended up in the. That's how the god. That's how
yeah.
Tharizdun ended up in the ethereal plane.
Part of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Just a little bit.
But like,
A little bit.
it's a big fuck off spiral. So
Yeah, he's a big dude.
I mean,
Some would even say the biggest dude. He's up there.
He's up
Yeah, he's
no,
up
I
there.
think
yeah.
guilt is like
Guilty.
rest in
weak.
peace. Rest in peace, guilt here.
You're weak.
Depends
Oh,
on
yeah.
your-
You
depends
can only
on your
eat one
measuring,
McChicken.
really.
People who are listening, by the way, guilt here died.
Yeah. R.I.P. Man.
We had an aboleth fight.
Yeah.
A fight with what was the actual one? It's not
It
a
was
regular.
the Elixian Aboleth from Call of the Netherdeep.
And that was the spark of why Snow left.
Mm-hmm.
Was because Snow went to where it was, got charmed, came back, convinced everyone to come with. Then Snow was against them, fighting them, and a whole fucking range of shit happened. Guiltier died. Demarcus died.
Demarcus died, Guiltier died, Kalani
He
was
was-
two failed
Kalani
death
should have
saves.
died.
And had downed
Snow
like...
was 1 or 2 failed death saves.
I don't remember.
It was everybody but Azrael was at least making
Yeah.
death saves.
Kalani had 2 failed death saves. Was at 4 points of exhaustion.
Yeah.
And straight up should have died in that fight.
Yep, should have.
Yeah, and we just kept bringing you back. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got
He kept
pissed.
bringing it back, and I remember like coming out of that session going like, "It's cool that we survived that fight," but like
But you should be dead.
Kalani's aware that he should be dead, and the factor that kept him alive was the big guy in the sky.
Yeah.
So
Now you think you're a cleric.
yeah, no, Kalani straight up thinks he's a cleric.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
You rolled a nat 20 on, like, help me please.
Help
and
me,
then-
please. Yeah.
With that sort of thing, especially in combat, I don't allow divine intervention essentially
Yeah.
to mechanically affect the game unless you roll a nat 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
straight
an
up didn't
action
think
to
I
do
would. So my character Kalani, we're in this fight, and he just like. By the way, he'd been charmed for like most of it. We're talking 80% of the fight. Kalani's been charmed, and he's just gotten out of charm, just activated like darkness and jumped back, and just been like, okay, we might be able to pull a victory out of this or something. Out of character, I'm thinking we should fucking run from this, but
Yeah.
my character does not do that. So either someone else has to think of it, or we die.
Well, we had Guilt here who will never run.
no,
You who won't run.
no.
We had,
Snow that was charmed.
yeah, Demarcus who is confused.
Yeah.
And then Azrael who is
Was
the
charmed.
villain.
Azrael got charmed at the end as well. Because Azrael is who sent Guilty down.
Yep,
Yeah.
the villain. Like I've been saying. He's not actually a villain, it's just, oh my god, he's caused so much shit.
That was
Right.
definitely.
But I mean, he did he bring Demarcus back?
Not really.
I had a feeling.
No.
I had a feeling.
Not really.
Because it was like, ooh, it was like Astral Sea. I don't see where this is going.
It was not out of his realm of possibility. It was not in his realm of possibility.
I figure that like it has something to do with Demarcus's. Well, I mean, like especially with the reason reveal, it has something to do with like his reason for adventuring, or whatever the fuck. Like someone's trying to.
Yeah.
Someone's making sure that he doesn't go
There
down that
are
easily.
definitely reasons.
Yeah.
If there weren't reasons, he would be rolling up another character.
Yeah. I know it's obviously Aberrant Mind Sorcerer multi, really cool. You know, name a better way to get killed Vine Aboleth
Yeah.
than for that multi. But yeah, it's really, it's insane. Across all campaigns, shit's getting hectic, and it's really tough for for like, I think me personally across like 3 characters, it's tough for me to like always like maintain and like stay in the headspace with them. I think I'm doing like an okay job at it.
Yeah.
It's rough, especially like it's getting more rough because like not only is everyone like good at the game and good at like RP and stuff, but you guys who I was like chilling with for a bit have like you guys like started good, but you guys have like are really good now.
Yeah.
Like
in terms of
like RP and like interactions and stuff.
Oh, you guys have been playing combat as well a lot better.
Oh, you know, we optimized
like,
the shit out
the
of some
fucking
fights.
what was the Aboleth was the turnaround,
Yeah.
and then then we got like serious.
Like you guys were doing well, and then the Aboleth fight happened, and then just shit went to 100 real quick.
And then everyone got serious.
Yeah.
You guys realized there's consequences for our actions.
Yeah.
We can die from this.
Yeah.
Not only can we, but we have.
Yeah.
We have died from this. And that, oh my god, that purple worm fight.
Mm-hmm.
That was horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Everybody but Azrael went down.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
Marcus as well.
Azrael, the Mark who plays Azrael called that fucking Nat 20 at the very end.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was cool as shit.
Watch this Nat 20 rolls, Nat 20. Holy shit, everyone popped off.
Yeah.
And Marcus had like famously bad rolls.
Yeah.
Oh
at
my
the best of
god!
times.
Like
Yeah.
his first set of dice were cursed.
Yeah, they were.
The second set of dice were even more cursed.
Yeah.
And at one point we were like, "No, don't use that hand. That one's bad. You've
Yeah.
rolled bad."
Yeah. Switch to the left hand. The left hand's better. We were like fully into like the superstitious. You need to roll good.
It was that bad.
Yeah,
it was-
because every time. That's why I call him a villain. Every time he had rolled on like combat against an enemy, he had done really bad.
Yeah.
But we were in a hide and seek competition. He nat 20s Kalani and
Yeah.
fucking twin spell fireballs.
and almost kills him.
That's the thing, because Daniil has already been notoriously bad for combat-wise, rolling really bad. The thing is,
I mean,
if
like,
I
you
didn't have
really-
extra attack and action surge,
Yeah.
80% of my attacks wouldn't be doing anything.
Yeah. No, of course. Yeah.
Because like I am just consistent, unless it's like fighting my own teammates, I'm consistently hitting bad.
Yeah.
Like my first attack, I think my first attack has missed on almost 80% of the time.
Yeah.
My first attack is like nearly almost missed every single time.
Yeah.
And it is insane to me. And I've used different dice. I've just been so fucking confused because I'm like, how is this war veteran sucking so much? Like,
He's just washed up.
Yeah,
exactly.
he's like-
Yeah.
he's-
You got to up here. Like he's not like he's not used to not being in like half drowning in like booze and piss.
Like that barbarian fight, like my first session in that abandoned camp,
Yeah.
it was in like, I nearly got killed in like the first 3 turns.
Yeah.
I got fucking, who was it? It was wait, was it you?
Laurel. Wait, what?
No. Was it you that reminded Aidan about sneak attack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking, oh, Hayden, wouldn't it be a rogue? Wouldn't it be a sneak attack? Do you need to add that sneak attack? Oh shit, my sneak attack. Right, thanks, Ethan.
Yeah.
That's like me. That was like me adding
Went
frightened.
from 8 damage to 26 damage in the first turn, and I was like I was first in the initiative order.
Yeah.
I was like,
No. I didn't say that. I was like, he threw it and it did like 8 damage, and because
Yeah.
it was like someone like way up, I assumed it was a rogue.
Yeah.
So when like he threw the dagger, it was like, okay, that's 8 damage.
it wasn't even a dagger. It was a bow.
A crossbow bolt, and then
Yeah.
I remember audibly going, okay, not a rogue, and then he went, they're a rogue, sneak
Yeah,
dive,
yeah.
and then he rolled.
Yeah. But yeah, it went from like 8 damage to 26 damage in my first turn as a level 5.
Yeah.
And then I ran into a room expecting like a group of like 5 bandits, and I was like, I can take on 5 bandits. I run in, and it's a fucking barbarian.
Just a massive barbarian.
Yeah, it's a massive like 7 foot tall barbarian. And he just greets me with, let the best fighter win. And I'm like, oh no.
Alternate universe, guilty.
Actually, no, guilty would never be a
No,
barbarian.
but that's why it's alternate universe.
Yeah, even
Yeah, it's multiverse.
Multiverse.
But
Evil
yeah.
guilty of prime. No, that's fucking, what was I saying? We got so off topic. I think I was saying with Daniil in particular.
Hmm.
You I really like the accent that you put on him.
Oh, don't be doing this.
It's it's really nice. It's really good. Do you want to give us a sample?
Not particularly.
It's fine.
Are you sure?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Stage fright's real.
Yeah, it is. What he's referring to is the fact that Daniil, my character, has a Scottish accent because I am originally Scottish and have an accent that I'm able to mask.
He has that in his IRL background.
Yeah, in my IRL background, I'm able to mask my accent. And I've always liked doing accents for like, voices for like.
It is really
RPG,
fun,
and
yeah.
it's always fun. And the fact that I can do one naturally brings a lot of like really fun RP.
Yeah.
Especially when if I say something that is not conventionally said in like an Australian dialect, some people might get confused and something like that, and it's like, wait a minute.
I mean, like Scottish are just like IRL thieves can't.
Well, that's what
like,
it is.
You speak and you can maybe get like three words out of there and go.
Yeah.
I think that's what they said.
The thing is as well for your upcoming campaign.
Oh yeah.
Is my character Artemix?
Artrix? Did you say?
I think it's Artrix. I need to look at it again because it's been so long since I made him. But he's still like young, like he's still like in his teenage years, so he's still rebellious.
Little boy.
Yeah, he is, and he's the way that I'm going to use my accent to that advantage is that I'm going to bring out more Scottish dialect, instead of like saying. Like just bringing out like it's hard to say, but like words that would be specifically used in like an English/British context.
Because I remember you saying that he was just gonna be like a chav.
Kind of.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be like It's gonna be fun to see how people interpret the words that I say. Yeah. Because it's Scots, it's not like English anymore at that point because we shorten a lot of words and we make them just random. Like the word like Ken, Ken, is no. So I couldn't ken means I couldn't know, and we would say umni, which is UMMAE, which is like not like no I'm not. Yeah. It's just it's a different dialect that I'm.
I like another one. I think this is like a more like basic popular one, but like if they say that like instead of over here like you say you're going schizo or whatever. Instead, in Scotland, they'd say like you're paranoid or you're going para.
I've not heard para. That might be more of an English thing.
You're para. No, I hear Scottish.
I haven't.
That's real. That's.
I haven't.
Don't gaslight me out of.
I was in Scotland.
That's all I know about the Scottish people.
I was in Scotland for 9 years and I've never heard anyone say para.
You look at a wee bit para. I heard that. I
don't know where from. No, but we do use a lot of different languages.
Scottish people need to watch this and then back me up.
Yeah. The thing is as well is that we call people Ned, like Neds. Yeah.
I've had that one.
Ned is like a nerd basically, or we have Jake Bowl. Jake Bowl is you just look scruffy as fuck. Like you don't look decent. Like It's gonna be fun to see how people interpret it.
Scottish Duolingo with Will.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I might even start doing it with Daniil. We'll need to see.
Yeah, because I know like I've done accents and stuff like that before, but I also enjoy just taking my own voice and then putting a little bit of a spin on it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's more of what I do with my voice.
Yeah. That's what
I know. Like for Mira is just like effeminate Luke.
Yeah,
which has quite the effect on me, I must say.
Oh.
but
because that's what I wanted to talk about with because obviously I watched that I watched your last podcast.
Will's a big fan.
I am, and it was the part where like you guys were talking about like Critical Role and D20 D20 and how how the voice actors and everything like that. But I think as well it's also a beginner thing where people go into it thinking they need to have a voice.
They think role playing is having a voice.
Yeah,
it's not.
When you could do what Luke does, where he just like changes his voice slightly.
I change how I speak.
Yeah,
it's better to
make your voice.
Do that.
You make your tone softer.
Yeah,
it's not like a huge thing. And
and I noticed as well with like Mira, you have like certain mannerisms with her as well. Yeah, she's very soft in general, and I like it when she gets serious. It's the same softness, but it's
like a mother when they're angry.
That's exactly right. That's why I like it.
It's a mum when they're angry at you.
Yeah, it's the most distant threat, but it's real because it rarely comes up, and that's why also she's an aberrant, so she can give you a migraine.
A real serious one too. Like
wait till 6 double spells.
Oh, of course.
That's also how I
is that mental prison? Of course, yeah, okay. Continue.
That's also how I kind of approached Snow as well, because I first came into it and I was like, oh shit, I need a voice, what do I do? But in the end, it was easier and it kind of matched more to just be really fast, not think about what I'm saying, and like match the character.
That's part of
that's
it.
Exactly what it should be.
It's really cool.
Going into like my first session, I was under the impression like, oh okay, this is like an Eastern European, like this is a Slovakia type area. It wouldn't make sense for my character to have like this British accent, so I was gonna go like a Russian one, and then I realized I was like, I just sound like every fucking NPC that Hayden has ever came up with. And I don't think I'll be able to do it well enough where I'll be able to get my sentences out.
Right? Yeah.
But you know what would work? That would spice it up, like actual accent.
He looks into his own backstory document.
Yeah. And then Hayden started like doing like Irish accents. And I'm
that's the thing. No, you bled onto him where he would respond to you in British accents, and he'd go, "I'm not Scottish. I'm not Scottish."
Yeah, it was insane because a lot of his like Russian characters just switched into Irish for like no reason, or like characters that he intended to be Russian were randomly Irish.
Yeah.
And it like fucked with him a little bit because he was like, "Why am I doing this?" And I'm like, "I'm just trying to have a conversation." He's taking like 10 seconds to be like recuperating. He's like, stop.
Of course. Yeah.
I do think as well, like having that accent as well. It's one of the most more impersonated accents as well. It's not hard to do, you know.
Are we talking Russian or are we talking Scottish?
Like British.
That's true. Yeah.
It's not. Like, you can do a stereotypical one, like, and it's not hard to do at all.
Yeah, I mean, like when you say like impersonated, people like can use like phrases and stuff, but it's hard to like put like a full sentence in unless you practice.
Yeah, exactly, and it's. I feel as well like the only way like voices should matter, or like quote unquote voices should matter, is when it relates to your character specifically. Otherwise, there isn't a point. Like if your character. Like elven people, they tend, like high elves, they tend to speak more elegant. But that's more of a mannerism. That isn't a voice. You know? Wood elves are, you know, more scrappy because they're not as like, you know.
Prestigious.
They're not in castles. They're in the forest. Typically.
So like, if you wanted to practice accents, that could be easily interpreted into like how English is spoken. Yeah. You've got Bogans and then you've got like people in Brisbane who are very like, you know, city based compared to like country based Australians. And it's the same within England. You've got Scousers, you've got like it's all based on mannerisms. It's not necessarily about a voice. And I think that's what a lot of new people struggle with. Yeah, of course. Because I had a lot of because you think about a voice, and a voice is actually like a big way to sort of like, obviously like how someone looks as well, but because like a lot of it's stage of mind in D&D and stuff, a voice can really help how you perceive a character. You know, like you can describe it all you want, but of course, you know, everyone's gonna have their own interpretation. That's why I think that's also kind of part of the Matt Mercer effect. Like how dwarves are usually like Irish. High elves are elegant, and like because if you heard, you know, like a real scrappy or like a tradie voice, or you wouldn't expect that to be a high elf. That isn't what a high elf is.
Well, new character idea.
Well, that's why is like because my first character Dees is a half elven high elf, and he adopted like a really like rough. Have you seen The Boys? No. Well, there's a character in it called Billy Butcher, and he just has like
I know Billy Butcher.
The roughest British accent ever, and it's Dee's adopted that because of his hatred of like his royal family, and it's like the way he was brought up until like 10 or something was like him speaking exactly how you'd expect, like, I don't know, the British royal family to speak.
Yeah, that's what I mean by it's more based on the character.
That's why. Yeah. That's why I think like an accent is better. Like, don't think that you should have an accent. Think like what accent comes from the personality that you've built for them or what it says. Yeah. Another great example is, of course, Snow of the Mountain, because it's just I was astounded because of like, it's still like, obviously you can identify it as Aidan's voice. Yeah. But it's like immediately, as you hear Snow of the Mountain talk for a minute and you immediately think, okay, they're intelligent, they're capable, but oh my god, does their mouth move faster than their brain? Yeah. Oh my god.
But not faster than their...
Not faster than their feet.
Movement speed. No way. No. 200, what is it? 240? 240 around?
0 monk levels as well. Yeah.
What?
Feline agility, baby.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is insane.
Faster than the horses.
Literally 1 speed, faster than horses.
Yeah. Just let the horse multi into rogue, then they'll be faster.
Or Storm.
Just has dagger in mouth.
Where is Storm?
Storm is still with at the party.
Yeah, Storm's still with you guys.
Yeah.
Did Storm come to Azura? Or is Storm in Azamar Falls?
Storm's in Azamar Falls,
yeah.
Storm got fucking torched by the dragon.
Nah,
it got melted, yeah.
Oh my man.
Got acided. Yeah. It was a shame. Like it was another what was the fight that we had? Oh yeah, when we were supposed to have like a decently hard fight against like Strahd Part 1 in Godov. And we did the exact same thing here, whereas at first, like, we got to a powerful person and went, there's this monster in here, can you help us with that? And it just became like a piss take almost.
I felt real bad.
Yeah. I know, because I saw it on Hayden's face where he just went, I didn't think you guys would get the beholder to help you.
Yeah.
Still a cool
fight. It's okay, we can't do that anymore.
No, you burnt that bridge.
We should also make it known that it is now canon in Godov that Strahd is voiced by Owen Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
No! No! Stop it!
Strahd is still in Demex's head and just sounds like, wow,
Demex.
Wow.
Kill your friends, Demex. I've
inflict wounds, Demex. Come on.
Oh, that's familiar.
I hate that.
Man,
I worked for 20 sessions to build up like an emotional like response, and you guys went, and you like on session 1, you were like, "What if it was Owen Wilson?"
No, it was session 2 because Sean was there. Me and Sean were doing Owen Wilson impressions because we went with the party.
Oh yeah.
That was like at the end of our last session.
We were in the sewer, yeah.
Yeah, you guys went to the sewer, and we were like, "No, I don't want to." And so we just went back to the Red King's waste.
Yeah.
And then you guys nearly you get absolutely acid burned.
Yeah.
And then...
Speaking of the sewers though.
Yeah.
We're rolling initiative to start the next session.
We are.
Yeah.
Fariel too?
No,
Godov. Oh,
Godov.
shit.
Yeah,
we're fighting a couple of basilisks and something else possibly.
Yeah.
No phase spiders?
So...
No, we had that one.
I have a feeling this is when we're going to level up. I think this is when we're going to level up because
maybe
because Hayden specifically wants me and Sean to be there. He said I'm going to retcon it that the guards have come and got you.
That may also be because
this will be
he balanced the encounter for 6 people, not 4.
Yeah.
Also, like the people that are in there,
but we're close to leveling up.
Where we don't have any martial tanks in there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a tank anyway.
Yeah, you're tankier than...
You're more than a tank than everyone else.
Yeah, well,
if the shoe fits.
Okay, no.
D10 hit die.
How about this?
Yeah, true.
Why the fuck would you choose a magic cast, a spellcaster in the land of no spellcasters where it is illegal to be a spellcaster? I went into the session being like, oh yeah, I'll be a fighter. Hayden texted me back saying, good, they'll need one.
We do. We genuinely do.
Yeah. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, they have no melee attack, like, basically whatsoever. Yeah. Like, they are
the thing we have to melee attack is inflict wounds.
Yeah.
Like, the reason we had a ranger as well.
Yeah. And I was just so baffled when I was like, this is a land where magic is not allowed. And now there is five people in the one group that were using magic.
I don't know.
They just happened to find each other.
I don't know what went through everyone else's head, but I know what went through my head when he described the setting for that.
Yeah. I said I wanted to be a bard, and I got a lot of my stuff is just like.
What level bard are you compared to your warlock?
I'm 4-1 right now.
4-1.
Yeah.
How likely is that going to change from now on?
I know. I want Demix to go 15-5. Because I want Demix to stay primarily a bard.
5 Pact of the Blade Electrifications.
I want him to go Pact of the Blade because he wants to like tap into Stroke's ability, but also like the level 6 Hexblade feature
doesn't fit.
Is a Curse of Spectre. Demix would not do that. Fuck
Yeah.
no. That's like some bad magic.
So, question about that whole... Because the... Did you not kill Shark? Like, Shark theoretically is...
Strahd got banished from Demix's body. Strahd still exists out there.
Okay, so, like, that's what I was confused about. Because I was like, well, what if your patron dies? Like, or, like, you specifically kill your patron?
Well, no, like, the idea is, I mean, for now, by the way, if Demix lives, he is going to kill Strahd. That's something that he's absolutely going to fucking do. Mark my fucking words.
Is that your tarot card wish? is that your Wheel of Fortune wish?
Yeah, that was really cool as well.
Would that mean you would need to take the place of Strahd? Or somebody would?
That's a relevant question.
Yeah.
It's a relevant question.
That's a very RP heavy question.
It's a very RP heavy question.
Turn into, like, the champion, but then... That's kind of a bit weird.
It's a bit weird. Hayden and I have talked about it. Even, like, it's still a very far off prospect at this point. Like, we're still collectively level 5, but him and I have talked about it, and it's getting real because of like how Hayden likes to do his stuff. It's like it's very like philosophical and like the concept of like divinity and stuff and what it means to be like a person of power or a demigod or a god, that kind of thing. So I think like even if Demix becomes powerful enough to like absorb power, he still has to like possibly grapple with the concept of being a divine being. Yeah. Like if you, I know of like with what he said before is if you get divine power and you're not completely sure of your like existence. Yeah. If you're like unsure about it, you can like with your newfound divine energy, you can wish yourself out of existence. If you're not completely sure about the fact that you exist, you go, oh, I don't know about that, and the power that operates unconsciously in your mind goes bet. Yeah. And you're gone. Right. And then it goes to someone else, or just atoms or something.
Quickly as well, because you brought up champion, can we talk about how much bullshit I've been having from like Hayden's campaign? Yeah. Every session he hits at least 2 nat 20s on me. Yeah. Every fucking session. The first session, I was like, okay, I won my first fight. Can I have another one? Rolls 2 nat 20s. The champion of one of the Polywogs? The Polywog.
Polywog.
I don't know their names, man. I'm still new.
Hayden's like throwing punches at the wall right now.
Like one of the champions of the Polywogs. Like the Polywogs just was that. Yeah. On 2 nat 20s, it was just in the Red Tavern's way, Red King's waist, and was like, okay, I'll fight you. Completely fucking annihilates me in the one hit.
He humbled the shit out of you.
He did. But the thing was as well, Daniil was humble. He was just like, yeah, I'll take the next fighter. And then my promoter, Mr. Slackjaw, was just like, who wants to take him on? He'll beat anyone. Anyone in this room, he'll beat. And then
the level 20 dwarf monk stood up and went, whoa, bet. Alright, let's see how he does.
Yeah, completely annihilate. Like, stone becomes like, the fist becomes made of stone, stomps on the floor, and the floor shatters.
Way of the 4 elements.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like so you had like a multi-attack, and what it was like he flavored it that like stone formed around one fist when he made contact, and then as the other one came in, the stone went to the other fist.
Oh, that's cool.
So so Daniil got like knocked down, and he was like just covered in like dust and debris.
In one
hit, he essentially just got hit with like concrete fists.
That's
so cool.
That's one hit, so cool.
I was just so bewildered. I was like, because he was like, okay, you roll for your opponent as well. And I was like, okay, I'll roll the 10. Yeah. And it's an average opponent, I can take him. And then he just goes, yeah, there's a dwarf there that's brushing off some dirt. And I was like, oh, okay. Bang!
Filthy dwarf.
One punch, like, to the solar plex, and I'm on the floor dead. Yeah. Like, and it's just constant, man. I'm getting sick of it.
It's alright. No, like, you're 2 sessions in, and,
I think I've been hit with the most nat 20s.
I mean, like, well...
I got hit with 3 last session.
You got hit with 3 last session. I rolled...
I think last session I got hit by 3 as well. And then the session before that, my first session, I got hit.
Yeah, I got hit by 3 nat 20s plus however many crits you did.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, it happened to me first, but of course, like Luke as well. Happened to me in Godov, rolling 2 1s on advantage.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
That happened to me last session attacking Matan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's really
like,
fun.
reckless attack advantage, double nat 1s.
Yeah.
It's like, he's just gonna emit his second attack, I guess.
Man, now I want to be in Godov.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's almost like I've been saying that.
Yeah, it's like a really cool world and stuff. You should come sometime.
Yeah, except if you use
don't
magic.
want to be in
Oh no,
Godov.
but no, you can liken form and like there's no consequences for liking.
Yeah, there isn't actually.
Yeah.
Everyone hates magic, but they're totally cool with werewolves.
Yeah,
You should
it's
go and
totally
shake
cool
the
with
hand
it.
of the royal guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should.
You can actually make demands about how you get arrested.
Yeah.
Just so that you can keep using somatic and.
You can't do this. Sean will cry. He actually said that he was going to listen to the podcast.
Fair enough. But like, you know what?
I'll deal with the consequences.
I'll deal with them when they come.
They're on Ethan, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. This is all scripted. Will got fed all the juicy lines.
Well, I didn't, but like this is completely off the top of my head. I do just think though.
I gave you an out. Like
I don't because either way, it is. Everyone's gonna make silly mistakes.
Yeah.
It happens. It's a role playing game.
Yeah.
If you didn't make a mistake, then you're not really role playing as a character at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Base.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
like to be like,
Yeah.
can I have my hands free while you arrest me?
Yeah.
Isn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for when
Yeah.
they are like from looking at this like this werewolf, we can tell that you use magic.
Yeah.
Why would we let you have your hands free where you can create magic through your hands?
Also, he had like yet to properly like have a reason to join our party, and the entire time I was just thinking like, why would we involve ourselves with?
Especially God.
Yeah, because we had like we have enough trouble trying to evade. Tap the fuck out of the mic. How'd that sound, guys? But we have enough trouble like evading the authorities as is, like without lichen shaping and like running into the residential district and going, by the way, I live here.
Yeah.
Come and find me. But
Daniil has no problem with it.
yeah, of course. Like in the same way that like you're allowed to make mistakes, you're also allowed to get clowned for mistakes.
Oh, for sure.
There's no.
Yeah, like the whole point of like, especially if you're like it's a group of friends, you're going to get clowned in a group of friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
If you don't, then you know like
They probably
if
don't
you can't
like
have
you.
if you can't have banter, then like
Yeah.
it's boring.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Like it's a boring relationship if you can't make fun of each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How many? We'd clown on Azrael. We'd clown on Guilty.
We clown a little bit too often in that campaign.
We do clown very often, but also when shit gets serious, it gets serious.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so does Daniil because Daniil offered Demix 20 gold to have a fight with him, to which Demix slapped him and then
Demix didn't try to do damage, just because you went hit me first, and Demix went alright.
slapped him.
Easiest easiest 20 gold I'll ever make, and then you fucking blitzed him.
Daniil is just rich, like for no reason. Like he has an insane amount of money for like just starting off.
It's that blood money.
I have 275 gold pieces.
Oh shit.
In Godov.
In Godov.
You can buy a house.
Not only
You
in
can buy, like,
Godov,
a
but
mansion.
You can.
Donella?
Delena Rozeki.
Oh,
Delena Rozeki. Nutella
yeah.
Rozeki. Yeah.
I keep messing up.
River.
River.
Oh no, that's the River Delena,
Yeah,
yeah.
River Delena.
But yeah.
I really
Like-
like Delena Rozeki.
Yeah.
That's
it's
what I was
pretty
like
cool.
most pissed about when I wasn't pissed. I guess I was sad because of like because I was thinking like plausible deniability when the werewolf thing happened. That we're like we didn't talk to him that much. It's fine because I swear if this character joins and we get kicked out of this interesting as fuck town, we have still yet to like.
When you were born.
Speaking
Yeah.
of
My first dialogue.
Yeah.
They saw us go into the sewers and Gar saw
Mhm.
some dancing lights
Yeah,
and some spirit guardians.
They did. Which is why I'm keen to come out of the sewers.
Yeah.
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 And that's the thing though, because what I was going to do was like,
I'm just thinking of gaslighting and killing him.
finally,
I don't have charm person, that's on you.
I was finally going to.
They got a 1-2 punch. The
reveal-
charm person aneurysm.
No. I level up from this, take my second level of Grave Cleric, give him vulnerability, then inflict wounds.
True. Yeah.
Third level 5d10.
No, but like what
5d10.
I was possibly going to do was like reveal my like military ranking
Yeah.
for the first time and kind of use it to be like like to storm into Gar's office and be like, you know these people too, come help me. But then I was like, but if he sees them using magic, they are fucked. And then I was like, okay, maybe I won't do that in the next session. But I still haven't gotten the chance to use my military rank thing.
Yeah. Well, it's like there's a lot
still,
like
it's still viable. Like me and Hayden, we made it a way so that like despite leaving the military, they would still recognize it.
Of course, yeah. Because you didn't get like a dishonorably discharged.
I wasn't dishonorably discharged, and the reason why
get veterans
I'm using a bit of backstory here that like no one really knows because you didn't answer the right questions when you had me charmed.
Yeah.
Was that the reason why my character hates Gar so much compared to why everyone loves
well, like obviously, like if I was like out of character, Dex would be like, "How do you feel about this person? How do you feel about that?" Blah blah blah. But like his concern in that moment was just like,
"Oh, you know,
do you pose an immediate threat to the party?
Yeah.
Will you still be placid to the party after being charmed? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Don't hit me, please."
But through like the thing is as well, like through like what I've told you, like outside of like out of character as well, I'm really glad you didn't metagame because I told you some stuff and. Looking back at it and looking at that charm spot, I'm really glad that you did not metagame that.
Yeah, I want the reveal to be like proper. I don't want you to like spill everything in
session.
But like second session.
But yeah, Daniil hates Gar because he's a higher ranking than Gar.
Yeah.
But Gar has a special position as an advisor.
Yeah.
Therefore, he can go above Daniil and be like, "Hey, this guy told me to do something. I really don't want to do it. Can I not do it?"
Yeah.
And he'll just get told, "Do whatever you want. You're the smart one." And then so Daniil went through that throughout his whole military, being above this guy and being never able to control him.
Yeah.
And now he's basically mayor of this town that Daniil has been living in for a whole year. Where he was kind of one of the top dogs.
Yeah.
And it's like, Daniil is very angry about Gar being there.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are because you know they just
they got raided. Like it was a complete.
They just kind of came in and got raided.
And that was another thing because we were working out like how long ago I left the army, and if I would be part of the Daniil Rozeki raid.
Militia. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, fuck, I really kind of want to be a part of it. But at the same time, it wouldn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense
because he left for like a whole year because of studying magic.
Yeah. And
how to combat it, kind of thing. And now he uses rune magic, and it's very cool. Ooh. Yeah. I resorted back. He was just he was first going to be a battle master fighter. Yeah.
Which are really like, oh, they're so cool.
They are really cool. And he was going to be he's a variant human as well, so he was going to have the Mage Slayer feat as well as being a battle master. But then Hayden brought up giants.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Kind of
like Ruin Knights. Yeah. It was like, yeah, you know, that would still work for your backstory if you wanted, and it would work perfectly with what I have in plan.
That's Hayden, like
that's his self-insert.
That actually absolutely that's him loving giants and none of us currently having ties to the giants. And him going, if you're open to suggestions,
not only that, but
do this.
But I also my backup when Nero dies though.
Nero.
I also
she's cool. I hope she goes to the 20. She's really cool.
I also give like a connection to Just the Good Rod as well.
Just the Good Rod?
Yeah. Because I am the only one that's from there. I believe.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that's came there.
You're from there, yeah.
Yeah, you're
I'm
completely from
there.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, I'm the only link to why people might want to go there is because I have family still there.
That's a more like feasible because we as a party we actually did get invited to Chestigorod.
Yeah.
But it was like very sussy.
Yeah, like, exactly.
It was like, we're interested. It was come to the city where like mages are executed.
It was probably like him trying to force like progression into that. And now that I'm here, he doesn't really need to force it because there's a character that's from there, so it would make sense to like go in and being a military man as well. You might be able to get away with some specific stuff, especially with him being part of like that big fucking bombing that happened at Just the Good One. It was a very cool thing I'm still mad I forgot about Mage Slayer. Because I got fucking I got charmed and then they're within 5 feet of me. I didn't impose disadvantage on either one of you.
It's alright. Everyone forgets
I
about
did-
mechanics.
you-
I didn't. Oh, I
Pride
did
Mind.
take thoughts on you, but that was subtly. So
No, you did Pride Mind.
Yeah, but you didn't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was so spell.
If
So
it
you,
succeeds, you don't know.
you
Oh,
couldn't
okay.
mentally prepare for it because you didn't
Yeah.
see it happening.
But yeah, and then there's also my reaction attack.
Unless you're like constantly like
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
meta as shit. Yeah.
yeah, that is, yeah. But
Because
yeah,
you don't actually know that Mira does that.
Yeah.
true.
You know
You
what?
only know that Mira has telepathy.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a recluse that got like, I don't know, your entire family killed by telepathic mages. So you're just always mentally closed off.
Yeah, but I feel like
I'm so
today-
happy you guys have like a link to the Children of Owls now as well.
It's really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
we have for a bit because like, that entire,
I just mean like now you can put like a name to face.
Yeah.
because like Children of Owls, it could mean like so huge. Because we actually
Yeah.
like, with like the questioning that happened last session with it, Demix in particular got like a lot of like implied info out of Gar. Like
Yeah.
one being that like the Children of Owls, like they're either super overconfident or they have power that like usurps Chestigorod, and that they operate
Yeah.
on a basis where they can control who comes in and off continent.
And
They have like enough people happening around, and particularly when we started in a place called Port Yusuf
yeah.
that had an advisor there, and the advisor we just assumed okay they come from the Ivory City of course whatever
Yeah.
because they said that they did, and
Thought nothing of it.
here's session one. Of
Yeah.
course, people can't lie to us. What do you mean? So, and we left, and then of course, there's an advisor had just come into Delenorozeki, which is closer to the Ivory City, and then of course the advisor Gar went, okay, we're gradually occupying the land as we come down,
Yeah.
and then Demix went, so you haven't reached Port Yusuf, and he went, no. So like it's actually huge information,
Yeah.
and there's like this insane mystery box that like I want to be like an asshole and go to like a Baba Malawi who is just like the secret keeper of the campaign
Yeah.
and be really meta about it and just give up a bunch of class features and then go, okay, tell us all the secrets so we can figure it out. But also, Hayden's probably put so much work into it, and I just want to
Yeah.
I want to discover it
The
gradually.
The thing as well is that I could have sworn Hayden when I said to him, does that image at the bottom of the letter match the symbol that I have? And he went, no. And then the next session he goes, yeah, see, that's the symbol of the Children of Owls. And I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
Wait a minute.
You said it.
Hold
wasn't.
it.
You said it wasn't. And he was
Objection.
like, no, I never said that. And I was like, don't gaslight me. You definitely did.
No, he didn't.
I swear to
Stop
God, you did.
gaslighting me,
Subtle
DM.
spell.
Yeah. And
You hear it in your
man.
mind.
Yeah. And
L ratio.
no, but I'm very excited
Speaking of
to.
primordial.
That's doesn't.
I'm very excited to explore more of Godov and Oriel.
Yeah.
They're both really
Because
cool.
I already have a second character for if Snubble does.
Oh my lord.
Faint.
Faint?
Faint.
Yeah.
It's like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Snowball return.
Well, I just have a feeling that if Snubble goes unconscious somehow, Terra will just throw him off a cliff.
No.
There's a lot of clips around, so maybe.
Terra's like relatively hate filled right now.
Yeah.
But he still really cares about the party. You can't ask me some other time about Terra's mental space because I have so many different I thought that he was like a relatively non
confrontational.
no he's
Oh, okay.
confrontational like a relatively non nuanced character compared to my others. I
Yeah.
thought that
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was-
I would be playing like a relatively dumber character, but
That was
with,
the initial idea, right? It was like Paladin that was like the straight man-ish.
yeah, big dumb paladin.
Himbo, the
Yeah,
himbo.
Yeah.
himbo. But I put
He
so much.
literally calls himself a slur every time that he meets someone.
Yeah.
He calling himself a pig elf.
Well, he doesn't know about words and their power. So someone's like, "Oh, that's cool. You're a pig elf," and he went, "Are there a lot of those?" And then they went, "No, not really." So he thought, "I'm like a rare thing."
Yeah.
Rare things are cool.
I'm unique.
Hi, I am insert slur here.
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, it's when first playing, I don't know what it is. I Snubble my second character that for Oriel if Snubble does pass away is
Pass away of natural causes.
yeah of natural causes
They found a tumor in Snowball.
is
No.
I still really want to play a ranger. I'm revised. I want to play a PHB ranger still
Cool, but why?
because it's based
Okay.
that's your opinion.
Everyone,
but he's
including
gonna
Wizards
be-
of the Coast, disagrees, but continue.
But he's gonna. My character's gonna be a Githyanki Horizon Walker.
Oh, they're really cool. I stand corrected.
Who came through kind of the multiverse thing because then they're in the Bridge Clan, correct?
Astral Sea.
Astral Sea.
Because
So that's how they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I ever play like a ranger, obviously it's gonna be revised, but also I would want to play Horizon Walker. They are so cool.
Revised Ranger only has the PHB subclasses.
Not only that, but
Even though, like, if I just
found
like
out from Emma, they don't have revised. I don't think has favorite terrain because she.
Oh no, it does.
It's
slightly different.
It's slightly. I get advantage on. Yeah, I get advantage on intelligence and wisdom checks while I'm in my favorite terrain. She didn't. I don't know what what
it might be something to do with the
Because
I haven't read Revised Ranger before, so
yeah. Ask me about warlocks, dude. I know about that.
Ask me about sorcerers.
Yeah.
Is it specifically Hexblade warlocks, perhaps?
Yeah, sure. I know a bit about those.
Can you tell me the high level Fiend Warlock ability? No, I didn't think so.
You get angry and red.
You grow
Not
horns.
quite, dude.
You grow horns. If you're a tiefling, they double.
To be fair, it's a really sick ability. It's hurl through hell or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
You like basically, isn't it like it's an insane amount of like fire damage? Isn't it? It's
something like that.
It's insane. Like you.
I want to play.
I think you
They
paranoid.
seem really cool.
I think you paranoid like scare them as well. If they fail.
Frighten. Yeah.
Yeah, you frighten them if they fail like a wisdom save, and you basically drag them through hell. Like you take them straight until the the nine
hells.
nine hells, and do like I think it's like 10d6 damage, and then frighten.
Too bad. That's the 14th level.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a Red Dragon's breath attack almost.
Yeah.
Well, 10d6 is it's like a between Wormling and Young.
Yeah. Because adult is like 12, right?
No, Young is like
Young is 12, okay.
Adult is 18 or 20, I think.
Young dragon, huh? Oh, that's right. Speaking of dragons, Azrael got hit by another dragon.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He's 2/5 of the way there.
Yeah.
He got it and then he dipped.
Yeah.
He said ethereal plane. Just okay. While we're like in between topics right now, because I want to pitch something.
Yeah, go.
It's a relevant question.
Yes.
How do like each of us? We talked about roleplay. How do we each feel about romance in D&D?
I think it's a very hard concept.
Will's never been in love before.
No, I'm actually physically incapable. I
have a high passive insight.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I literally just get money, fuck bitches. Like I'm educated at this point.
That's true. Yeah.
No, but I think it's
Will's like 6'8", by the way.
For sure. You can tell by my voice.
Yeah. The jawline is like chiseled to shit. Yeah.
I'm Giga Chad IRL. But no, I think it's a very hard concept, especially if you're playing with friends. I feel.
Yeah.
I think it can make it very awkward. Because there needs to be consent from both people.
True.
To initiate something in game like that.
Yeah.
With that in mind, I agree I fully support it if it fits and if people are happy. That's what so what a lot of people do in session 0 is they actually ask for boundaries and limits between players.
That's easy, which is like almost the entire point.
Trigger one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and personally, I allow it, and if it fits roleplay wise, awesome, great.
Yeah.
But when it gets into the bedroom, I don't necessarily like to be being graphic about it.
Yeah.
No.
Like you can
fade
joke about like
black
roll me a con check sort
Yeah,
of thing, but roll me a performance check, yeah.
It's like when Demix fucks Grisha.
But I don't want to
roll me death saves.
I don't
But that's not like
that's verbally describe.
Yeah, no, that's stupid. I don't like
what
that.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
doesn't that happen in Critical Role? Don't they like instant like?
No, they do a fade to black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they like?
Which
in
is,
like Ep 1 when they arrive at like
that
city, they just go, I want to look for like the local brothel.
I think that's Grog. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched the start of Vox Machina.
Okay. Yeah. I think that was like because a lot of again, I haven't like delved all through Vox Machina, but I've seen a lot of highlights. And I think like Grog is the one that's always like that's how him and Scanlan bond. Is that they're always like brothels.
Yeah,
True.
With the barbarian and the bard, that's their common ground.
It was
whores.
Because I've only seen like 2-3 episodes of Critical Role, and
Are they all campaign 1?
Yeah, all campaign 1, and literally first ep, they arrive into this dwarven city.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, let's go for this tavern. Let's look for a place to stay. Okay, it's nighttime. What do you guys want to do? Oh, let's go to a local brothel. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then. Yeah, and it's I don't know. Roman, I think it's just like a very difficult thing to try and pull off.
Of course, yeah.
Because, I don't know. Of course it's in character, but there has to be some sort of like intimacy between players in like the sense of like role play.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of like chasing it for romance's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also don't like in RP getting up to that line and then going, nah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it can.
Obviously, like with consent and everything.
Yeah, I think it can
Don't
be
force your way into it.
just problematic in what it's worth.
Yeah.
I mean, like you hear a lot of horror stories and you read a lot of horror stories.
I get it between like players and NPCs.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense.
Or like someone
it's
like your
art.
backstory or whatever.
Like all you're doing is talking to your DM about like your fantasies. Like that's literally all you're doing. And
in character fantasies.
Can you buy me 50 feet of hemp and rope and tie me up?
Whoa, we have like one.
Oh, I don't need to buy that. That's on my explorers pack already.
Yeah.
Bag of holding.
Sorry, those got burned by a red dragon.
Oh, my hands.
My character's romance was a tiefling with lovely feet. Do with that what you will, DM.
Hold on. Let me go through the 9 hells real quick.
Yeah.
Aidan, what do you think?
Does that still count as the lust or gluttony?
It depends how you're going about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Be a bit of wrath or pride in there.
Yeah, very true.
Pride. I don't think there's a single person with a foot fetish that has pride in themselves.
No, there's that one person they're not around anymore.
They ascended.
I would say F, but nah.
They licked a lot of toes, so probably not in chat.
Okay. With that pleasant thought, Aidan,
Yes.
Romance, yourself.
How good are you at it?
Are you ready?
I don't know.
In D&D specifically.
That first campaign that I mentioned a while back, I was almost married
Oh, true.
as a character, yeah. But that was like insanely quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like unrealistic.
It was unrealistically quick,
We had known
but
each other for 2 weeks.
Dude, we met like the other day, but we're so in love.
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet.
Our chakras just like melded.
Yeah.
but also because I was playing like a not dumb, but like
Like a 14-year-old.
no. Well, yeah, but me.
It was that
That
kind
was
of
me.
campaign.
I was.
True, yeah.
I didn't know how it worked, but also my character was kind of. It was like a. It was a half orc, and they were bard, and they were like kind of like oblivious to a lot of how things worked.
Social cues.
Yeah, and they were like, "Yeah, I'll marry this person now."
Yeah.
But that was an NPC. Between players, it's rough. I feel like you shouldn't go in depth too much because it could cause like uncomfortable, and like
we could all just be massive versions and just be like
not me, bro, not me.
That's
the rest of you.
Ethan's actually given Chad. He's actually had sex.
I have, yeah.
Twice consecutively.
Yeah.
What?
I've hit the mic twice, and that's been with my massive chin.
Yeah.
And my chiseled jaw.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that if both players kind of know how to not be weird,
Yeah, and
then
not,
it
like,
can
make it
work.
Sort of, like ruin the atmosphere.
and I feel like both players should both in and out of character like talk about how you can do it well and not fuck up and ruin everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like hold the spotlight with it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's a mutual thing, both.
I think that's one of the things I can admit that I need to learn to do in D&D.
Consent.
Yeah. No, I was
What were you saying about the brothels?
Hey man, it's not my fault the brothels are in basements. Anyway, I think it's more like the spotlight thing. I need to stop talking as much. I talk far too much.
I love that.
I can admit that.
Listen, why do they put locks on the doors if they don't want me to use them? Come on, mate.
like I'm a rogue. My whole deal is unlocking locks.
Thieves' tools.
Yeah, I have proficiency and expertise in thieves' tools. Why should I not be using them?
Exactly.
The door was open.
It's literally like Skyrim. You see a lock and you unlock it. That's how you get better at unlocking them. Like there isn't. I don't know, but yeah, I think the spotlight thing. I don't know if it's just my ADHD brain always needing to say, where I'm like, oh, if I'm not talking, then I'm not actually in this at all.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, it's done. No. Oh,
No,
I thought it stopped
I was
moving.
just double checking.
I thought it stopped moving.
A lot
I was
of
like,
a lot of the time
No
with
cap.
spotlight sort of stuff, I feel like in Oriel 1 at first, because a lot of us, like for me, I hadn't played in so long, and everyone else was new.
They were a little bit anxious to speak.
Yeah,
to each
so
other.
having Ethan there, who's more experienced, probably like 10 times, having as like the not as only the
It's
face
also-
of the party, but also like kind
more of a
of
comfortable role player to bring everyone in.
to bring everyone out and like say, yeah, you can do it, to be whatever.
And enabler, essentially.
Yeah, and then eventually where we are now, it's gotten like real good because we've got one chaotic guy who will step into the ethereal plane for no reason. Two now. No, he has a reason.
I have a reason.
Azrael's kind of like,
you're a cleric.
yeah, I'm gonna step in there
Yeah.
because there's a dragon in front
I
of me,
gotta pray,
and then
dude.
I'm gonna like run.
He has a reason to be there. I think it's actually slipped his mind though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I was just naturally really good at just being a complete dick and like playing a character well.
Yeah. No, I mean, I
No, it was my Star Wars RP in Roblox, and that is a genuine fact. I used to play RP games on Roblox.
You've said that before, yeah.
Yeah, I used to play, like when I got home from school, I would play role-playing games on Roblox, where I would, especially the Star Wars and Naruto one, both are very fun, where you would...
I mean, like, what else do you want when you're, what, like 13?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
To be in Naruto or Star Wars.
13?
15? Dude! This is based.
Yeah,
How
you
old are
should.
you?
The Naruto
I
one...
want to
the
make
Na-
Will feel more
The
comfortable.
Naruto one was like 15, 16. Maybe even not bridging 17.
That's cool.
But the Star Wars one was like 14, 15.
Yeah.
But I would consistently like play just online servers where my whole character was that, especially for like when it was the Star Wars one, he was a Jedi that survived Order 66.
Yeah, it's main character syndrome.
That's always
Yeah,
so cool.
yeah, it was. But he was like kind of searching for Padawans and stuff like that to bring back the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
And then
I literally just Cal Kestis though. Like,
Yeah.
actually.
yeah, but I made it before Calcast.
They did.
Yeah,
they did.
true.
Reese
So-
Warm stole your idea.
Yeah,
EA
exactly.
found your file on the Roblox
on
and went, we can make a
Roblox.
game out of this.
Yeah,
I'd take this.
Yeah.
It
We
was
can
just
get-
them trying to find new ideas. That's the
You see,
their
you in like
Roblox
the very
server.
fine print on the credits.
Yeah.
My friend is just like, this is owned by EA and Disney now.
Yeah, and then I had one of the cringiest names on Xbox because I made it when I was 9.
What is
Oh,
it?
didn't we?
Like it was like Swag Assassin.
That's really
9
cool, dude.
Swag Assassin
Yeah.
952.
Damn.
And
You definitely hurled a slur at someone back in the day. Did you?
what on Roblox?
On no, not on Roblox. Oh, what? Roblox happens all the time. I'm told.
It does.
How often does it happen in Naruto RP?
Naruto RP, it was really good.
Good.
No, but it was really good because like that game came out like later on Roblox where they learned how to censor things correctly.
Oh, true.
And
It's not like full like Club Penguin or whatever.
no. Well, it was actually kind of the same thing where they'd hash it out. Yeah, it was like just hashes, and I met a dude online that would just consistently be playing like the same RP game, and the whole thing was that
And you try to meet up with him in real life.
no.
And this is your survival story.
No. I reckon he was in America because like the times that he was on was like 2 a.m. here.
And you were on?
I was on
At 2 a.m.
Yeah,
As
Will.
a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
grinding out Naruto, like leveling up and stuff. Yeah,
Dude, watch
learning
that.
new jutsus, and
Like actually like the hand signs?
no. Well, I do know Fireball and Reaper Death Seal,
That's fair.
but
I know a few people who know Fireball. I remember like Naruto, I got into it when I was 12. And holy fuck, did it like?
Yeah, I got into it at 16.
It warped me, dude.
What do you mean warped you?
It was like, but it was just like because of like how it starts and also like the escalation of things.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like the stakes go insane so quickly.
They do, especially in the tuning exams.
Yeah. Kids die a lot.
Well, yeah, that's
and it's kids killing kids.
Sasuke in the Forest of Death, which is literally called the Forest of Death.
Yeah.
He breaks a guy. He breaks a guy's shoulder blades.
Yeah. And
he's only 9 years old.
Yeah. Oh no, that's not even the best bit. When Sasuke fights Orochimaru and Orochimaru holds back, he pins him to a tree with cords in his hands and melts the guy's skin.
Yeah.
And the only reason that he survives is because it's Orochimaru and he has like soft core immortality.
Yeah.
And you can see like his actual face under the melting skin. Mm. I remember reading it at 12 going, bruh, bring back also, sexy jutsu.
And then
what is
also,
this?
There's also the Gaara Sasuke fight where Gaara
that's insane.
Where he blood is shown for the first time.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
he fucking
Have you seen the English dub of that actually has Liam O'Brien voice him, and it's like, and it's one of the coolest dub moments where it's like
screams.
It's just like it's a blood curling stream, and he's going, my blood.
It's my blood.
Yeah,
and he's been hit with a Chidori.
Yeah,
and it's because it's the first time that the Chidori has been properly used like against someone in that anime.
Yeah,
that we see.
Oh, it's so cool.
It is.
Part one's really good.
Like first edition Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also really sad.
Now I prefer 5th edition actually.
Oh, is that what, Boruto? Boruto?
No, fuck that shit.
I like doing calculus to work out my damage.
Yeah.
I
don't actually use ninjutsu. I just use my bracelet.
Fucking stupid. I hate that shit. Let's not talk about Boruto.
It's fucking. Oh man, I was so mad when I found out about that. That he used the fucking purple lightning bracelet.
Yeah. Apparently it's okay now, but I don't know.
Yeah, because the original creator, like Kishimoto, came back and started taking hold.
He did. He saw how I was fucking up, and he went, "Listen, you can't do my boy like this."
Konohamaru's sick though in Boruto.
I like his character design.
Have you seen his fight against Jugo?
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's really cool.
His Rasengan is insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that this like devolved into you and me just fucking talking about Naruto for like a 5-10 minute tangent.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What anime did you watch growing up, Aidan?
Vampire Knight.
Vampire Knight?
No, I did actually.
Yeah, everyone did because it was on ABC3.
I didn't actually. I skipped out on Vampire
Knight.
What?
Why?
No incest for me.
Oh, but it's so good.
Alright, dude.
Vampire Knight is a very sick anime until you get into the context of what it actually is.
Oh yeah, like I was watching and I was like, this is so cool, and then I look back now and I'm like, oh fuck.
Half vampire hunter with guns is sick.
Yeah.
And then there's also Madoka
Magica,
which is fucking horrific.
What is that?
Madoka Magica.
Madoka Magica.
Yeah,
that's the first time I've heard those words being spoken.
It is horrific. It was on ABC3 and it was horrific.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
So basically, what it was the whole concept was these magical girls. They were out to hunt witches and stuff. But if the witches got too powerful, they were able to trap them into like this magic fucking like witch room, where they would have to fight the actual boss itself. And basically, there was a cat, like the Sailor Moon kind of cat.
Yeah.
And what it would do was it would be like, you can make any wish, and I will grant that wish. All you have to do is become a magical girl and fight these witches to protect humanity, and it will happen.
Okay.
And dude, these chicks fucking die. Like these are like 13-year-old.
No, it's fucked.
Nice.
It's fucked.
Nice.
Like the way that they die. First episode, like there's like this chick that you think is going to be one of the MCs. She gets her fucking half her body bitten off. And then like
early episodes as well.
Early episode, like probably like first or second episode.
Wow. Yeah.
And the main chick, she accidentally brought her into the room with her, and she's just a regular girl.
Yeah.
And she's just falling to her knees, and she's like, "I'm gonna fucking die." And this is on ABC3.
Yeah.
And it's just like this fucking like mind fuck. And as a kid, you're like, "Look at all the colors and guns and shit. This is great." While people are just getting absolutely slaughtered.
Yeah. I know
It was a horrific.
I'm trying to think back, like, what was...
There's Oran High School Host Club as well, which was...
I can't believe we missed out on, like, all of the cool, like, anime on ABC3.
What, like Gintama?
I mean... No,
what anime on ABC3 was cool? Astro Boy was on when I
don't know, like, cause I remember I was basic as fuck with like my first anime experience. I was a DBZ kid.
Really?
Yeah, for ages. Yeah.
I wouldn't count it.
I loved the fuck out of DBZ.
No, I would count DBZ. I wouldn't count Pokemon, but if you do, that is my first.
I guess. I mean, like, cause I was like a.
But
I was
also
Saturday morning
Network
toasted TV.
Anime.
Yeah.
It had Byakugan, Beyblade.
Did you say Byakugan?
Byakugan.
We're talking about
Bakugan.
Naruto. Yeah.
Bakugan.
Yeah.
Bakugan.
Byakugan.
Beyblade. Naruto. Pokemon. Dude, it was like that was proper.
Stacked. Yeah.
It had Inazuma 11. I don't know if any of you remember that show.
No.
Inazuma 11 was a soccer-based one. It was very cool.
A soccer-based one. Yeah. I do remember watching a soccer-based anime and then being like, wow.
They released Nintendo games for it. Like,
there are sports in Japan too.
But no, it was insane because there was three games on the Nintendo DS, and then there was also 3 games on the Nintendo 3DS. It was really big in Japan. Like, it was insane.
Did you get like an international release?
Yeah, I watched it in Scotland. Like, it was in Scotland.
In Scotland.
Yeah, legit. I remember I had
Japanese soccer game, the Scottish TV.
I had the game. I had the first game on my Nintendo DSi.
Nice.
I still have it.
You do, yeah. Because you still have the DSi.
Yeah, I still have my DSi that I'm still playing through.
Good.
Yeah.
Hold on to that fucking machine, dude. It's worth a lot of
Actually, no,
money.
mine fucked up and it doesn't work. My little sister's works, and I play on my little sister's Nintendo DSi.
Nice.
To play my Pokemon Black and eventually Pokemon Black 2. To which I will still be picking Snivy.
Why?
Because
it's really bad.
Because you get Riolu, Growlithe, and Magnemite before the 3rd gym.
Yeah.
Half my team is already set up, and Snivy is good late game Black and White.
That's like in any other game. That's a good justification to picking a grass starter. It's not a good justification to pick Snivy though.
Oh, what is? Oh, yeah, because
it's very bad. Yeah.
Fuck
why not?
Oshawott is gay.
Okay. Well, we know where Will stands now. About social issues.
But if it stayed bipedal, I would get it. It's cool.
That's facts.
Okay.
That's facts.
Yeah.
I wanted my samurai otter.
Especially the Suian samurai.
Yeah.
It looks horrid. They could have done so much good.
It looks horrid.
D1 is so cool. It is such a cool second Evo.
Yeah.
And then they fuck it up. Like they just with a lot of bipedal Pokemon that they do.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't hate some of the bipedal ones. Everyone hates Delphox.
I hate Delphox.
I don't mind it.
It looks ugly. It looks just straight. It's also bad compared to Greninja.
No.
Yes.
I mean, in general, yeah, but in Gen 6, Delphox fucks that entire region. Also, like
debatable.
Also, Fire Psychic is like it's a cool type combo.
It is, but it's been done before. But Water Dark is very cool.
It's been done before.
It has
twice.
Yeah.
4 times. And okay, go back to what we said before, and then we're gonna wrap up.
Yeah. How about we actually get back into the
yeah. The side tangent of side tangents, because
you can cut it out.
Something that recently happened. Yeah, just like cut Will's audio out.
Yeah.
And then the side tangent we're getting back to. Something happened recently in Godov.
Yeah.
Mira and Demix. That was a Hail
Hail
Mary moment by me.
I was wondering if you were going to do that for
Is that what you brought up? Is that what you brought up, the Roma?
Yeah.
Roma
Roma Street Parklands, yeah.
Yeah. No, I pogged at that moment. I visibly pogged.
Because I meant to ask you about it.
Yeah.
For a while, because I wanted to be like...
I'd like subtly wondered, like, I wonder if like he's going to do anything.
Yeah.
Because Mira in character wouldn't.
Yeah. So,
What happened?
Well, what happened was
no.
Demix and Mira had history, their characters, right? And then there's always been like a little bit of like, they like each other a lot and they've bonded over.
They're like closer than.
Yeah, they're closer than the rest because like they've had history, and of course like when each other's been in like moral peril within like the campaign, they've like very obviously like reacted harder than other party members, which tracks and makes sense. And then with what happened recently is that Demix has gone through like several
women.
Yeah. But also like several like life perspective changes. Because when I started, I wanted Demix to be like I didn't want him to be a leader or
He's
anything.
a pacifist, right?
I wanted him to be a like comedic relief and maybe like the party glue a little bit. But as things went on and also like 20 levels eloquence bar, that was it. But as things went on, stuff happened. He went from like straight pacifist to like horrifically mentally deranged, then to like eventually suicidal, and now like incredibly driven. And after through all that, then something happens where we go with Daniil.
Yeah.
Daniil comes with us, and we go against like another like four-membered party of like people that were sent to like assassinate us, right? We fuck them up because there's 6 of us, and we actually like do decently.
That's where the barbarian
and we have a ranger as well who can which means that like we can't realistically get snuck up on if she remembers to use her primeval awareness, which like Hayden was molding over for a good 20 minutes.
It was, I felt bad for him, but like he's the one that chose. Like,
he let it happen, but like it just meant like, because not only like was that encounter ruined, but like I'm guessing that he set up so much like pre-planned events.
But I read through PHP, primeval awareness is not as good.
Yeah.
It's like how many creatures are in your area. That's it.
I mean, like it's still like
it's within 1 mile. And
that's still quite good.
Yeah, it is. But like hers, like Emma's, was like rough like estimate spots. It was like 500
direction,
feet.
I think.
Yeah, 500 feet northwest.
Yeah, direction, and also like you could see them like pop up on your.
Yeah.
It was like basically just like
radar,
like Batman detective vision.
Yeah, it was eagle
almost,
vision.
Yeah. And with what happened there, that party that was sent to assassinate him was actually like comprised of 2 people from Demix's backstory that had apparently been following the party since session 1. Yeah, like session 1. Yeah. Hayden told me across the table that on the first night that we stayed in that inn in Port Yusuf, the ranger Herbie, the massive fucking furbolg with the silver greatsword, came and held the blade to Demix's neck as he was sleeping, and then didn't kill him because he was like, I can't kill he's a friend, I can't kill him.
Yeah.
So
the thing as well that Hayden was also metagaming by telling Patty, do you want non-lethal damage as well?
I'm glad like she did it, because then I had the character moment, but I felt so bad that I didn't get to interact with them, man. It sucked. I really liked them because they were supposed to be like a Team Rocket Mage Hunter duo. That was Lucky Fleetfoot, the rogue Tabaxi, and Herbie Bolaram, the Ranger Furbolg.
And then there was a random fucking light cleric elf.
Yeah.
And then
no, not necessarily random. It's because
no, it had something to do with fucking
because Kenrick dub-conned his way into the pants of a princess, got her pregnant, and then left, which was funny.
And it just so happened that my fighting promoter wanted this guy dead as well. Yeah. So Daniil did one of the a pretty gruesome thing, which was just chopping his head off and taking it to Slackjaw.
Yeah.
For some extra gold.
Yeah.
And then no one knew about Daniil's runes at that fight either, because I ran into
No, because you went solo.
Yeah,
but,
I went solo. And
with essentially what happened is like the aftermath of the fight, the dust clears. Demix finds 2 of the people like that he always assumed, because like prior to that, it was literally like a Team Rocket thing where like they would always turn up like with every town that he was in, and they would see him and they'd always like kind of suspect that he would be a mage, but they could never prove it, and they kind of have like fun banter between each other. So it's kind of like a playful fucking like Dennis the Menace kind of thing.
Which is funny for the Fieldbog, since they were a magic user.
Yeah, like they were a mage because ranger levels, and then they die, and of course Demix gets confronted with like, okay, you can't just assume that everyone's always going to be around and stuff. And then he was on like quite good terms with Mira at that point, and then I thought, would he do this? And I just like thought, I was like, okay, fuck it, if Luke doesn't want to, then like you can just like not reciprocate.
Yeah.
And then like even if you did, I would have like come to you afterwards and be like, okay, do you want this to escalate?
Yeah.
Do you want to whatever the fuck? But it was it was a risk. It was a risk, and I thought about it and then did it, and then we got a funny flower side quest at the start of next session.
Yeah.
And it will evolve or devolve from there, depending on who dies, who lives, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But
let's see if someone turns to stone
what
next
happens
session.
if Grisha hears about this?
oh, she won't mind.
Uh,
I'm sure she's.
It's a friend of benefits.
I'm sure she's crushing other people.
maybe.
Maybe. Oh, maybe.
You never know. Have you
Yeah,
asked?
sure.
Have you asked?
We'll just
Grisha
turn.
will hate Nira.
No. We'll turn into it'll just become like a soap opera. Like everyone's
Oh.
mad about like who's sexing who.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Demix.
No.
Everyone hates
Danielle has some distaste for Demix at the moment.
What?
Nira also has a bit of distaste for what you did. So.
Yeah.
Well, so does Demix, to be fair. Demix is hating on himself. But, like...
That's the golden rule. No one can hate Demix more than himself.
Debatable.
Yeah.
You just use magic on the one guy that hates magic.
Yeah, I mean, like...
after knowing him for one
That's
day.
true. You get close, but you weren't there for those other sessions.
Yeah, that's true. Which is one of the things I'm sad about joining late, is that there's a lot of, like, RP questions that you guys ask me, and I'm like, Hayden... Would I know this? I've just gotten here. What is happening? Like,
That's
when you
alright.
brought up like the whole lip gloss thing, I was just like, huh? Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean he's trying to get rid of the other kings? That wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But no, I'm very excited to see how this fight goes as well, because I have a feeling me and Sean would be coming late.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're going to join us after a couple rounds, which is probably when we need you guys. Which is interesting because like I like fights like that, and I also in building like I don't know like certain fights for my own campaign. I always I think you and I talked about it in DMs. I think it's really cool to like design fights that's not just like the standard
just
fight till you win. I want to do like a horde encounter where it's like survive for X number of combat rounds or something, and you have to think about how to like use your spell slots, use healing.
I think that was before
that kind
you
of
were.
thing.
That's while you were creating your one shot, because you weren't sure whether you wanted a dungeon one shot or not, because you wanted to try the horde thing for the first time.
Yeah.
I personally, I'm happy you went with the kind of cyberpunk-ish kind of futuristic.
I always wanted to do that. Now I'm like I've developed a lot for Sinsoko, the city,
Please
and
don't
like
just make it
and
a
a bunch
one-shot.
of. I don't want to. I want it to be a campaign, but I also want to like. I've built a lot of
Session
it.
0.
I've built a lot of it, and I don't want to build more.
Yeah.
until you put people
Until
in.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because like if I build heaps of it and around people's backstories and like and everyone just goes, it's okay, I kind of gelled with it. Then it's like, well, thanks,
There
but
goes
also
something.
thanks, but also it's my fault because like I just assumed, right?
Yeah,
But-
for sure.
Also, it's the best way to like build backstory and world building is like around your characters. Like, of course, like you
Yeah.
create like basic gods and stuff, but it's what they want.
Yeah, you create a shell. That's what we talked about last time.
Exactly. Yeah, this is the talk about last time.
Which is kind of what I'm trying to implement into the world that I'm in the middle of kind of making, like my thought process of it, which you guys already know about, which is my superhero based ones, where the classes would be superheroes rather than adventurers. You would have
Bit of My Hero.
kind of. I was actually gonna add the aspect of being a sidekick compared to being a superhero, like maybe giving the superheroes like a level up advantage, saying like you have done this before, like you know what you're kind of doing, and then like the sidekicks kind of being level 1, for like RP purposes.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I wanted to like as well as what I'm doing right now. I also want to do. I don't know, like a school themed one maybe, because I'm watching a
Fantasy High.
No, like not
Fantasy
exclusively
High.
Fantasy High, because I'm also watching some other like D&D campaigns on the side of like stuff with like Critical Role, and one of them is one called Arcane Academy, where every character is like, it's kind of like a Harry Potter-y thing, but like interesting, where like every character is a wizard and has like their own unique familiar, and they go through classes and
So
they get to like
saving.
kind of like that, where like they get to like make their own cantrips, and like they start with like very few spells and stuff, and it's really cool. And they the DM's really awesome, and he has like he made like an insane like cantrip where like it's incredibly like fiddly, but for damage you get to roll a d20, so it's like it's incredibly huge for like how big it can be, and the damage type is unique. It's astral damage that he made himself.
Probably similar to like force,
that kind
like
of thing.
Force cross psychic or something.
That's exactly how like what he said about it. He was like, it's kind of like force psychic and like a little bit of Thunder, maybe, with how he did it. But again, I'm still briefly into it. I just thought it was a cool idea. I want to do it like just beyond, of course, like it's fantasy and you're going to like taverns and stuff. Like while that's cool, I want to see what I can bring to.
There's multiple genres of tabletops. So.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And it's the imagination's the limit. So.
Dimension 20 does it pretty good.
You're just a shill. You're just you're an what is it? You're an industry plant. For Brennan Lee Mulligan.
He's a great DM.
He is a great DM actually.
He's fantastic.
I can't wait until that final episode of Calamity drops on.
That's Friday.
YouTube. Thursday.
Oh no, it drops. Does it drop on? I thought YouTube dropped on Tuesday.
YouTube drops on
because did it stream on Friday? Last Friday.
It does drop on Tuesday.
So yeah, they drop on Tuesday.
Yeah, it does.
I need to catch up because I'm still halfway through episode 2.
It's really good. I have a feeling.
I saw like some art on Reddit. And it's like I can't keep watching.
Yeah. I know it's gonna be like tragic as shit, but
yeah.
Anyway, I feel like we covered a lot of topics.
Yeah.
Yeah. We a lot
of Roblox.
A lot was said. Roblox and Naruto and all the like. So with that being said, if that's where we're gonna wrap it up, because of course we want to talk about more in the future.
Correct.
It's not just going to be 2 podcasts, guys. Come on now.
Yeah. True. Very true.
So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed.
I did.
Thanks, Will.
Well, too bad.
Thanks,
Will.
Will.
Audience.
Thanks to Luke, the returning character.
Yeah.
It's the audience favorite because they recognize him. Thanks to William and Aidan for giving your experiences. Anecdotes, perspectives, on all sorts of issues, and hopefully we can get some new people on as well. Not that I want you to leave, but obviously get like a.
I'd like to see Patty on here.
Yeah.
I want to hear what a whole thing with changelings is. Personally.
That'll be the 3-hour podcast.
Yeah. And I'll be listening to every second.
Yeah.
Because it's just...
play it on like 0.75 speed as well, so it's like...
Yeah.
So it's just slow down so you can really let it sink in.
Yeah.
Hear like every fucking...
syllable.
Every syllable. I love that they're non-binary. Anyway. Thank you very much for listening. I've been your host. You've been listening to the Top of the Round podcast, episode 2, and we'll see you guys next time.